In this video, we will understand different methods to improve crops. Friends, why do we eat food? To get energy, right? But have you ever thought where this food comes from? Who makes them? Well, humans get foods from trees, plants, and animals. So, what do we get from trees? We get fruits and vegetables. And what do we get from animals? We get egg, meat, and milk. And by combining all these, we prepare different varieties of food. Vegetables and fruits provide small amounts of protein, carbohydrates, and fats in addition to vitamins and minerals. Grains like wheat, rice, and maize provides us with the carbohydrates for our energy needs. Pulses like gram, pea, black gram provide protein, and soybean, groundnut, and oil seeds, including sesame, provide essential fats. Well, we got to know how important fruits and vegetables are for the human body. Friends, but the population is increasing day by day, and with the increase in population, the demand for food is also increasing in order to meet the quality and the production of the crop should be increased. But have you ever thought how it can be possible? Let's know how. Can it be done by improving variety of crops? Can it be done by increasing the crop production? Just think. Yes, friends, the crop improvement can be done by increasing the crop variety and by increasing its production. Is there any other way by which we can improve the crops? Yes, friends. Crop improvement can also be done by protecting the crops too. So let's understand all these topics in detail. Friends, do you know what is the identity of a good crop? The crop should be immune towards diseases, high production, and it should also be of good quality. And one way to include all these desired features is hybridization. So guys, do you know what this hybridization is come? Let's understand. Suppose you have two types of trees, A and B. Tree A gives a high yield and is less resistant towards diseases, while tree B gives low yield and is highly resistant to disease. So what qualities do you need for a good harvest? Just think, a tree which has a high yield and which has highly resistant towards diseases. But how can we get these two properties? By hybridization. In this method, scientists treat the seeds of both plants in a scientific manner and create a new seed which has the desired properties of both the seen. So what the kind of tree will it be? The new seeds, high yield and high resistant towards diseases. Do you know the other ways by which crops can be improved? The crops can also be improved by the use of good and healthy seeds and by using genetically modified seeds. So friends, by hybridization and by genetically modified seeds, we can actually make better seeds. But what should be the properties of a good seed? Can you tell me such properties? Such as high yield, having more nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, resistant towards diseases caused by living organisms, resistant towards diseases caused by non-living organisms like heat, cold, and drought, and short maturity period of all these qualities should be in a good seed. So friends, you have learned how to improve the variety of crop, and now we will know how to improve the crop production. We all know that we need food for our growth. Do plants also require nutrients for their growth? Just think. Yes, plants need nutrients for their growth. And do you know they can get the nutrients from? Yes, they can get these nutrients from the air, water, and soil. Most of the trees get these nutrients from the soil, like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, magnesium, calcium, etc. Do you know what nutrients the tree gets from the air and water? The trees can get carbon, oxygen, hydrogen from air and water. And all these nutrients help plant to grow. Friends, what if the soil is short of nutrients? Just think, trees will not grow well Right, in such cases, manures and fertilizers are added to the soil to increase its nutrient capacity. Fertilizers are added to the soil to increase yields. Friends, do you know what these manure and fertilizers are? Let's know. You must have seen farmers adding black matter to the soil before sowing seeds. The same dark matter is called manure. The fertilizers are prepared by decomposing dead plants, animal waste, vegetable waste, etc., which makes the soil rich. Manures are of two types, compost and vermicompost, and the other is green manure. In compost and vermicompost process, vegetable waste, animal faces, household waste, etc. are, de- are decomposed in pits. It is known as compost. To increase this decomposition process, earthworms are also used, and this is called vermicompost. What is green manure? Now, before sowing the seeds of the crop, some plants like the sun hemp or guar are grown and then buried in the soil. Mulched these green plants thus turn into green manure, which helps to enrich the soil with nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. And fertilizer is a chemical substance that contains nutrients like nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, which, when added to the soil, increases the fertility of the soil. But, friends, use of more fertilizer leads to water pollution. Fertilizers are washed away due to excessive irrigation and are not completely absorbed by the plants. This excess fertilizers gets carried away with the water and mixed with the surrounding water bodies, causing water pollution. Do you know what else plants need for their growth? Apart from nutrients, plants require adequate water and good methods of growing crops. But how? Let's understand. Friends, there are two types of lands, land A and B. Here, plants in land A are adequately watered, while in land B, plants are not watered adequately. In which land do you think will plants grow properly? Land A. Absolutely right. So, what did you know from this? Water is very essential for plant growth. Do you know where the plants get water from? Think. Plants get water naturally from rain and artificially from wells, canals, and tanks, etc. Friends, do you know what crop production can be increased by using different methods of growing crops? Let us know how crop production can be increased by using different crop pattern, for example, mixed cropping, intercropping, and crop rotation. Let us know about these methods in detail. Mixed cropping. In this method, different types of plants are grown in the same field. Intercropping. In this method, two or more crops are grown at the same time in a land in a certain draw pattern. Crop rotation. In this method, different types of plants are grown in a cyclic manner on the same land. This is done so that the soil is not only used for only one set of nutrients and it increases the crop production. So, you know how crop production can be increased in various ways. Let us now understand how crops can be improved by protecting the crops. Friends, if you look carefully at the grown cropland, then you can see small unnecessary plants growing with the crop. Well, these are called weeds. Do you think weed is harmful to the crop? These weeds compete for water, sunlight, space, and nutrients. Therefore, it is very important to remove the weed. Do you know what apart from weeds what can damage the crop? Just think. Yes, apart from this, insects, pests, and diseases also destroy the crops. Diseases in crops are caused by bacteria, fungi, and viruses. Do you know how can we protect the crops from them? By spraying chemicals such as pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Friends, If the crop is not stored after harvesting, it is also destroyed by the crop. Therefore, grains should be stored properly. Do you know how to store grains? The grains can be stored by spraying chemicals and drying them in sunlight before storing them, which keeps all the insects away. So, what did we learn in this video? Improvement in crop variety, crop production management, crop protection. In the next video, we will study about the animal husbandry. Thank you, one and all.